Manager, did you get it?
Yeah, but I've been meaning to ask, what made you want to rent this movie? I assumed you'd be more interested in something music-related.
Well, I got curious after seeing a magazine recommend Coffee Mate. But I still need a device to play it. I'll figure something out later.
Why don't we just watch it here at the store? I've got everything we need. Plus, the movie's pretty short.
Really? Thank you so much, Manager! A coffee machine with consciousness develops feelings for an artsy, coffee-loving girl. Feelings truly can transcend all sorts of boundaries. I wonder if you can understand those feelings, Manager? Feelings between human and machine, between the physical and the digital.
Of course. Fairy's been part of my family for a while now.
I'm truly flattered, Master. Oh, no, I mean, family member. In that case, could my family member cover this month's electricity bill? I can't even turn on the lights when customers visit at night.
Fairy's a bit of a troublemaker. And of course, besides them, the Bangbu here are also part of our family. See? Eos gets it. So, how about we keep watching the movie?
Rating, 3.5 stars. Considering Mr. Rob can't even guide someone through the hollow, it's hard to believe he could take on the responsibilities of a relationship.
Huh? What are you laughing at, Aria? Was it something from the movie?
No, it's just... I suddenly realized this place is exactly like the one in the movie. Whether mechanical or living, data or flesh, we can still be family. We tease each other, we reveal each other's flaws, and we curl up together to watch an artsy movie. It's really wonderful. If I had tear ducts, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to stop myself from crying. Speaking of which, I've been here with you for quite a while. I should head back to see my family now. They wrote a new song today, so I bet they can't wait to share it with me. Manager! Do you really have the old movie I've been looking for?
Don't worry, I've got it. It took some digging, but I managed to find it in the end.
Yay! Thanks, Manager! I honestly thought I'd never get to see this movie again. If you're free right now, would you like to watch it with me? I don't remember a whole lot. Most of the details are kind of fuzzy now, but I promise the soundtrack is fantastic!
If it's something you still remember so fondly, it must be a good one. Let's watch it together.
This movie is actually pretty hard to understand. When I watched it as a kid, I think I only paid attention to the main characters singing. But watching it again now, it feels different in a special way. Manager, what do you think?
Maybe it's a suspense movie. Where the pianist went, why the fog lifted, why everyone started doubting she ever existed. Maybe all these unanswered questions are left behind intentionally for the audience.
That's a totally valid interpretation. But personally, I feel like the message the movie's trying to send is actually a lot simpler. Manager, can I tell you what I think? I feel like the pianist is really just the townsfolk's own yearning for music. Maybe music doesn't quite cover it. It's more like they're longing for a better life. This town has lived through a disaster, and the shadow it left behind is like the thick fog that refuses to lift. And to live normally again, they have to overcome that shadow. The pianist symbolizes that longing, something buried in people's hearts. She's not a real person, but she still guides them and eventually clears the fog.
You make a solid point, Sunna. I didn't know you had the potential to be a film critic.
I honestly can't tell if you're actually complimenting me or just teasing me. The reason I think that way is because I've had an experience similar to the townsfolk in the movie. When the old capital fell, my family was lucky. We managed to evacuate to a safe zone before the disaster reached us. I was just a kid, so I didn't understand what any of it meant or why we had to leave the home I knew so well. But I could see the looks on the adults' faces. They looked scared.
The fall of the old capital happened so suddenly. Everyone was probably terrified of what might happen next. And since you were just a child back then, you must have picked up on those emotions too.
Yeah. It wasn't until much later that I understood what everyone had been so worried about. What if the hollow suddenly expanded and swallowed the new shelter we'd built? What if our bodies had already been subtly affected by it without us noticing? What if? Oh, those countless what ifs piled up into fear, weighing heavily on everyone's hearts. People living in our area always had a gloomy look on their faces. But then one day something changed. No one knew who did it, but a piano appeared in the center of the square. And from that day on, the sound of a piano began to fill the town. Clumsy kids, people who knew just a little about music, teachers who played well, everyone took turns at the piano. The notes they played were something pretty, sometimes messy, and before long, it became something everyone joined in on. Music took the place of words, connecting all of us who had been brought together by fear in a completely different way. It was like tiny gems scattered through our lives, little sparks of light that helped clear the fog in everyone's hearts.
So you starting to write songs and choosing a path in music is tied to that experience?
Yes! It's just like in the movie, music can awaken the strength that lies dormant in our hearts. Or rather, it's one of the ways that strength takes form. In the days filled with disaster, and in the days of peace and joy, that strength has always been there, supporting us as we move forward. My dream is to create a lot of music that gives people strength, so they can hum along and breeze through the little challenges in life. I think instead of living in fear, pain, and sorrow, I'd much rather live in a world filled with music.
So, this is what your room looks like. It's so organized. Like the kind of place for someone who likes things in order.
Thanks. Speaking of which, what's your room like?
My room? Nothing special, I guess. I only keep things that are useful. Space is expensive, after all. Can't let too many useless things take it up.
If a room only had useful things, wouldn't that be a little dull?
Maybe, but it's efficient. At least that's how I see it. Did we get off topic? Let's get back to what we were doing. Let's watch this movie, The Convenience Store. The ROI of this movie isn't too great. There's no central plot and the story drags on for too long. No wonder it ended up being rated a commercial failure.
It might have flopped commercially, but people still love this movie. Some of our customers really enjoy it.
Reality can be harsh. A commercial failure usually means something's wrong on many levels. But let's keep watching for now. That robot. It didn't really do anything, but the customers still chose to keep it around. Too bad real life doesn't work like that.
It can happen in real life too.
Actually, the movie didn't sell very well. It's already been pulled from theaters. But the videotape version's still on sale. The production cost is high though, so the profit margin's pretty thin. The reason I wanted to watch this movie is that a friend in the business asked me to see if it's still worth selling.
And your conclusion is?
From a pure cost-benefit perspective, I've thought from the start that it wasn't worth continuing sales.
But instead of drawing your conclusion immediately, you decided to watch it yourself first.
Looks like you've rubbed off on me. But no, I think maybe when someone enjoys the movie, that alone gives it value. I'll tell my friend that's my conclusion. Thank you for watching it with me, and for letting me visit your place. Next time I'll invite you over to mine. Until then, see ya! If it's you, manager, we can go out anytime. Aria, take a break! Sunna, step back! Together, let's create! Rehearsal's over! What? Get closer! Not right now! Encore time! Distance, okay. Let's go. Dip and a jump. Jump on the dance floor. Dazzling engine. Bounce, bounce, bounce. The show goes on. This show does not keep up with the beat. Boing, boing, stop! Look at the camera! Media party style! Bounce, bounce, to right! Encore time! Rehearsal's over! Not that bad. Together, let's create! Can't do that! Heads up! Spiraling notes! Dazzling engine! Out of the way! Off you go! Wait! Let me grab my field mic before we bounce!
Got treasures gathering dust? Who wants to go?